As a home inspector, having been in over 35,000 houses around town, we get a lot of feedback from buyers and sellers. And one of the things I hear from buyers and sellers from time to time is, my agent's not available when I need them. One of the ways around that is to work with a real estate team. They've got all the experts right there and a lot more time to focus truly on you. I've got Kevin Hanley from the Hanley Home Team at Keller Williams with us today to share some of the nuance of running a team and what that value position is to you as a buyer or seller. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Wally.
I got to imagine, as a real estate agent working alone, that is a tough universe, attempting to give great service and at the same time wanting to live a life.
It is. Real estate agents get, realtors get pulled in a lot of different directions at once. We're everything. We're the marketing director. We're the runner putting signs in yards and putting lock boxes on homes, meeting photographers, meeting inspectors, meeting appraisers, and of course showing property ourselves, and then not to mention the myriad of items, details, things that need to be done to market a property properly and pursue feedback. So you're really doing everything. You think of any other career job, you've got when you set up a company, you've got differentiation, you've got breakdown of skills and specializations, and that's really what a team is about. At a certain point in your career, I think if you're doing pretty well and building some goodwill out in the community, you start getting some repeat business, referrals, if you're doing a good job. Yeah. But at a certain point, it gets to be where you can be comfortable kind of where you are, or you want to find more people to give great service to, or you just get enough phone calls where you really need to get some leverage in your business. That's often starts with hiring an assistant to help with a lot of the details, the checklists, and scheduling things for the agent. And from there, it could grow into second assistant, maybe some buyer specialists, ultimately maybe a listing specialist, and that all it helps you to do a lot more, and it costs a lot more money to do that. But we found that is a tremendous benefit to our customers, just having that extra level of work. I mean, the marketing budget we have, the things that a team and its members cumulatively have a tremendous amount of experience, either in real estate or in their prior careers. So there's a lot of know-how there, and a high-functioning team is actually able to do a lot more. We can have deeper checklists. We can have better systems for accountability and reporting. Communication is a huge thing we invest a lot of time in. You find that NAR statistics say that 78% of people love their agent and would use them again. Not too many people do. Sometimes because years went by and the agent may not be in the business anymore. It may not be a bad service, but sometimes they didn't follow up with the customer, see how they're doing, see if they need anything. And then there's also the number one gripe is that sometimes the communication. If there's one thing they may have done a great job, but there's one thing they could have done a better job at, it was communication. So that's what we like to do. We want to make sure our sellers are in the know at all times. We want to make sure our sellers know exactly what's going on in their neighborhood in terms of the number of properties. We want them to know right away if a competing property came on the market, or somebody just did a price reduction and undercut them. They need to know that so they can make better decisions quickly. And that's all about getting the property sold on a timeline that works for them and for the most money.
So that's a fellow you and I both know, respect, and admire, Gary Keller, wrote a book called The One Thing.
Right.
I've watched a lot of real estate agents attempting to do 10 things at the same time, and very often several of those things, they aren't things they do very well.
Right.
How does me as a buyer or me as a seller working with a team assure that the person you assign to me for a specific task, that's their area of expertise, and that's the one thing they're concentrating on in that moment?
Well, because every member on a good high-functioning team is going to be very, very well trained. They're going to benefit from some of the corporate training from Keller Williams, the #1 training company in the world across all industries. A little plug for my brokerage. But it's ultimately with a team. Typically the agent, the rainmaker, as they say, is the brand. So if my name's my brand, I want my brand to be strong, and I'm not going to entrust somebody with having an aspect of the transaction that they're not going to be proud of. So we love pursuing great reviews. We love to know that that our customers are people we can proudly call back and say, hey, how's that house working out for you? You liking it? And
so for folks who'd like to learn more about the Hanley Home Team and sit down and meet with you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, they can find us at kevinhanleyhomes.com. They can always call my phone number directly, 904-422-7626. I'm happy to speak directly with anybody. As far as listing appointments, Jennifer and I are handling all those. That's my talented wife. She's a top agent as well, probably better than me. But
thank you. I'll pass that along to her. Want to thank Kevin Hanley from the Hanley Home Team for being with us today. And remember, teamwork makes the dream work.